Baton. The inventor of baton is Louis Force in 19th century. He claimed to have introduced the baton to England on April 10, 1820. The baton is a handled weapon commonly used by law enforcement officers. Its batons are used for various purposes, including self-defense, crowd control, and subduing suspects. Portable barricades. Portable barricades are devices used to control and direct the flow of crowds or vehicles. They are typically lightweight, portable, and easy to deploy and transport. Law enforcement agencies often utilize portable barricades during public events, protests, or emergencies to create boundaries. Breathalyzer. The first breathalyzer, as we currently know it, was developed by Robert Frank Brockenstein in 1958. Brockenstein coupled the potentiometer with reaction between the alcohol in a subject breath and potassium dischromate. A breathalyzer is a device used to measure the blood alcohol concentration, BAC, in a person's breaths. It is a crucial tool for law enforcement in detecting and combating drunk driving. This information helps officers determine if a driver is operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, allowing them to enforce law related to impaired driving and ensure road safety.
Crime scene tape. Crime scene tape was invented by Harris Industries in the 1980s. Crime scene tape is used to secure an area when a crime has been committed. When a law enforcement official arrives at the scene of a crime, they may choose to put this tape if they feel that sensitive evidence could be damaged or compromised. Stun grenade. Stun grenade was invented by Picatinny Arsenal in the 1980s. As a law enforcement officer, we can use stun grenade to temporarily disorient an enemy's senses. Upon the detonation, a stun grenade produces a blinding flash of light and an extremely loud bang. Crime mapping. Crime mapping was invented by Adriano Balbi and André Michel Guerry in 1829 in France. Crime mapping is the process through which crime analysis and researchers use location information about crime events to detect spatial patterns in criminal activity used by analysis in law enforcement agencies to map, visualize, and analyze crime incident patients.
Body armor. In 1975, Richard A. Armelino is the founder of the American body armor. Body armor is protective clothing that someone wears to absorb or defect from physical attacks, which might otherwise harm them. Originally being used in the military by soldiers in war, it has many uses today to protect people in different professions. First aid kit. Friedrich S. March, the founder of the modern first aid. First aid kit is one of the things that are always needed, especially by law enforcement, because they don't know when they will be hurt and injured, because in their chosen profession, the danger in their lives is double. Radio. The first police radio system were implemented in Detroit in 1928. When the Detroit Police Department set up a one-way radio system to broadcast crime information to police cars. The radio is the police officer's most efficient means of contacting either the dispatcher or other officers on patrol. One of the things that a law enforcement must always carry is a police radio, which is their communication in all operation that they can go to perform. This will help to facilitate their communication.
Taser. John Higson Jr., an American aerospace scientist who was the inventor of the taser stun gun. A taser is a conducted energy device primarily used to precipitate people, allowing them to approach and handle in a resisting and thus safe manner. Sold by Axon, formerly Taser International. The device fired two small barbed darts intended to puncture the skin and remain attached to the target at 55 meters. Their range extends from 4.5 meters for non-law enforcement tasers. to 10.5 meter for law enforcement users. The darts are connected to the main unit of the thin insulated copper wire and deliver a modulated electric current designed to disrupt voluntary control of muscles, causing neuromuscular insatiation. Drug tester kit. The first drug test was developed in the early 1960s by a researcher named by Dr. Paul D. Stanley. He was studying the effect of drug on the human body and needed a way to measure drug use in the subject. He developed a test that he could detect the presence of drugs in urine, which became the basis of modern drug testing. And the riot gear. Riot gear was invented in France. Riot gear typically includes body armor, helmets, shields, and other items that protect from various types of injuries that can occur in the field.
Voice analysis, invented by a group of scholars from Bell Laboratories in 1952. Used to assist in identifying a person, voice analysis frequently makes use of a graphic depiction of an electronic recording of a human voice. Voice analysis is somehow related to those of us who work in law enforcement because it can be used as evidence when we are dealing with the case. The audio analyst can examine audio tapes that have been obtained as evidence in a case in depth beyond what can be heard with a regular tape player. Polygraph testing, invented in 1921 by John Augustus Larson, William Moulton Marston, and James Mackenzie. It is used by monitoring someone's heart rate, blood pressure, sweating, and breathing rate. Allows the polygraph to determine whether or not they are lying. The majority of the time, when there is a case, it is used in law enforcement to identify criminals who might attempt to manipulate the judicial system. Trace analysis, invented by French scientist Edmund Locard, often refers to analytical techniques used to identify and or quantify trace chemicals extremely small levels. May be used by law enforcement by connecting the parties engaged in a crime by the tiny materials they exchange during contact. Trace evidence assists in the investigation of crimes.